Hello students, welcome to RH Chemistry. So in today's video we are going to discuss about mock test number 1. So if you are visited to my channel for the first time, please subscribe and support so that some more videos on this NEET and JEE I am going to do. Yes, and these are the very important questions, remember my dear students, and which the questions I have picked from very good books from which previous year so many questions I have asked. Yes, first question we will see the question: aqueous ammonia is used as a precipitating agent for Al3 plus ions as AlOH thrice rather than aqueous NaOH, because we know that aqueous ammonia, ammonium hydroxide, is used in the group 3 if you remember. Why not aqueous NaOH can be used, they are asking. Remember here what happens is AlOH thrice is going to form, no doubt in it, when NaOH is also used. But when it will react with some more amount of AlOH thrice, this OH minus, you are going to get AlOH 4 times minus 1 species. Because of that reason, the answer for this question is C. We cannot use aqueous NaOH. Second question: electronic configuration of the actinides cannot be assigned with a degree of certainty, which means in case of the actinides and the lanthanides both, generally the exceptions for this particular what you can say configuration is more. The reason for that is, remember, small energy difference. Small energy difference is the reason for this particular case. Third question: if the solution containing components A and B follows the Rolle's law. See, Rolle's law is used for only ideal solution. Ideal solution in which attractive forces will be remains same. Because of that reason, remember, answer for this question is C. Fructose gives silver mirror test because, remember, silver mirror test because fructose is a reducing sugar. So fructose is a reducing sugar. But we know that only aldehydes will show silver mirror test or tolerance reagent test, not keto group. Then why this fructose will give even though it is having keto group is the question. Remember, generally what happens is, because of this keto group which is present in the fructose, which will undergo rearrangement in the alkaline conditions of the reagent to form a mixture of glucose and mannose. We know that silver mirror is nothing but ammonical silver nitrate, we call it as, right? Ammonical silver nitrate means their alkaline condition is there. Because of that alkaline condition, this will undergo rearrangement to form mixture of glucose and mannose. Both are having aldehyde group. Because of that reason, remember, fructose can show silver mirror test and also failing solution test. There is a fourth question in this case. Then we will see fifth one. So in case of this, remember, so here what they are asking is, here one second, I will show you that. So what happens here, they are asking, right? So in this particular case, what happens when the temperature of the solution increased from 25 degree to 65 degrees Celsius? Here if you see in the options, rate of reaction and rate constant they have given. Now you think, if the temperature is increased, what is the effect of the temperature on the rate of reaction and rate constant? And we know that in the chemical kinetics also we have discussed. So both of these, rate constant and rate of reaction, both are going to increase. Because of that reason, answer for this question is, remember, fifth one, that is D. Here fourth one already I told, that is C is the answer. Fifth one, remember, answer for this question is D. Both rate of reaction and rate constant is going to increase. Then we will see sixth one: when lithium nitrate is heated, it gives oxide Li2O, whereas other alkali metals decompose to give corresponding. So now if you write the reaction, exceptional, lithium nitrate, LiNO3 give rise to Li2O in this particular case, plus NO2 plus O2. We know that. That is, lithium nitrate on heating will give, these are the compounds. But other nitrates when I heat, for example, other nitrate formula, I will write it like this: MnO3. You are going to get MnO2 plus O2. Which means this is what? This is called as nitrite. So the answer for this question is, remember, A, nitrite. Seventh, end product of the following conversion is, So this is the reagent given and these are the product which is given, right? So now what happens, first you can see this is the NaBH4 reagent. NaBH4 will reduce only this one, remember, only reduce C double bond O to CH2. C double bond O to COH, sorry, COH, right? So because of that reason, first step what happens is, here I will write like this, COH is going to form here and C and C, I will write double OH here and double bond O here, right? Now you can see in this particular case, double bond O converted into OH, that is NaBH4, it will never reduce COOH group. This COOH group cannot be reduced by NaBH4. But next what it is, hydrolysis. Now what happens is, because of this concentrated sulfuric acid, or you can say concentrated HCl, H plus ions are there. Now this OH and this OH undergo esterification test. What test? Esterification test. Remember, esterification test will take place. Because of that reason, in this particular case, you are going to get the answer as A. Because this CS3 will be as it is. This CS3 is nothing but this is CS3 here. This CS3 double bond O. So here you can see 1, 2, 3. Here also you can see 1, 2, 3 carbon, and a fourth carbon is forming double bond O, having double bond O, and this oxygen from H here, OH here, water molecule is removed. Because of that reason, you are going to get this particular compound. So that is A is the answer. Next, eighth one. A compound containing two OH groups attached with one carbon atom is unstable, but which one of the following is stable? We know that compound with, in this particular case, any particular carbon having two OH group is not stable. The reason for that is, remember, here water molecule is eliminated to form C double bond O. So hence it is not stable. But out of these three, remember, one is stable. Which one is stable? Generally remember, so option C is the answer in this particular case. The reason for that is, now here what happens is, Cl is present like this. Cl is present like this, and another particular carbon and oxygen OH is present like this, and here another H is there and another OH is present like this. So now here what happens is, this is electronegative element, right? This is hydrogen. I am not telling 100% this hydrogen bonding take place, but here there is a attraction between these two. So dipole-dipole interaction will be there, because in this case Cl and here it is hydrogen. Hydrogen and Cl, hydrogen and Cl interaction may take place. Because of that reason, experimentally also remember, option C is the answer. This is more stable. In spite of having this OH group, this will not form carbonyl carbon like this. Whatever here I have shown like this, it will never take place. Because of that reason, the answer for this question is, remember, C. The ninth one. Which one of the following statement is not true? Very simple question. Environmental chemistry. pH of drinking water should be between 5.5 to 9.0. Definitely it is true. So concentration of DO below 6 pm is good for growth of fish. This you have to think about. Because generally remember, fish in this particular case, they want dissolved oxygen for their breath. So dissolved oxygen should be there. If the below 6 pm dissolved oxygen is there, then definitely fishes are going to die in water bodies having low level of dissolved oxygen. Because of that reason, not true is this one. Remember, answer for this question is B, and remaining two statements are correct. You can read that. So this is the 9th question. And the 10th question, based on the Beckmann rearrangement. Beckmann rearrangement involved in the synthesis which of the following polymer, they are asking. First I will tell you what is Beckmann rearrangement. For this, remember, I have already made some this is not the reaction present in the NCERT. So out of the NCERT, what all the named reactions are there, I have made the list of that. If you are not seen, please go through my this Chemtonic series. Definitely will come to know what is Beckmann rearrangement. Simply here I will tell you, Beckmann rearrangement is nothing but if the compound is like this, oxime we call it as. So C double bond N OH, oxime like this. Then rearrangement take place in presence of sulfuric acid. In presence of sulfuric acid, rearrangement take place. You are going to get, remember, RNH bond C, right? So double bond O and R. Clearly you can see here R NH, this R will rearrangement to this N, so that C OH, what of the N which is attached to OH, so this OH shift here, so C double bond O it is going to form and R is attached like this. So now out of this which one will form? See, nylon 6, nylon 10 we have not seen in the textbook. So we will think in the basic level. Melamine also it is not there for the syllabus, it is not there. Then PAN and this. Here polyacrylonitrile it is. So polyacrylonitrile means C double bond C and you are going to get. So there you will not see this type of compound. But nylon 6, if you see nylon 6 is prepared from what? Caprolactam we call it as. Caprolactam. What is the structure of caprolactam? See, like this. N in this particular case. So structure is like this. So 6 member like this, right? So double bond O is present here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and another is possible here. So I will draw that once again. See, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this double bond O, right? Here it is NH. Now you can see this one and this one, there is a similarity. So NH here, and this is R group. This is one R group we can consider, and C double bond, and this is one R group. And definitely this is the product which is rearrangement which is obtained from Beckmann rearrangement. Hence the answer for this question we can say that is C is the answer. Remember that. Yes. 11th question. Propanol on oxidation treatment with dilute sodium hydroxide forms. Propanol with dilute sodium hydroxide. See, dilute sodium hydroxide is given and aldehyde is given, which means this should be aldol condensation reaction. Definitely it is aldol condensation reaction, right? So that aldol condensation reaction, propanol it is there. So we will write the reaction. Propanol first we will see. So CH3, CH2, CHO, right? This when it reacts with another molecule of this, another molecule I will write it like this, CH, alpha hydrogen I will write it here, and CS3 I will write it here, and CHO I will write it here. Now what happens? This alpha hydrogen react with this carbon, so that this carbon and this carbon bond take place. Hence you can write the product as, so I will write the skeletal formula, CCCOH is going to form because of this I have written. This I have written here, you can see OH. Then this carbon attached to this carbon, correct? This carbon. So hence I have written C, and for this remember CS3 group is attached. See this CS3 group. Then remember here it is CHO. So hence this type of compound is there, in which case you can say CS3, CH2, CHOH, CH, CS3, CH. So the answer for this question is, remember, C. I hope you understood. Yes. 12th one. An explosion takes place when concentrated sulfuric acid is added to KMNO4. Which of the following is formed? So in this particular case. So remember, whenever KMNO4 react with concentrated sulfuric acid, they have the hint is explosion. Remember, explosive compound is going to form, that is Mn2O7. This is also present in the NCERT exemplar question. Remember, Mn2O7 is the answer for this particular question. So that is 12th one, A is the answer. Then, which of the following shows highest magnetic moment? Remember, highest magnetic moment, so root of n into n plus 2, which means in which case n value is more. So remember here n value, if you calculate V3 plus, right? So V3 plus means D2 D scandium titanium vanadium D3S2. So n value 2, here n is equal to 3, here n is equal to 5, here you will get n is equal to 3 plus means so 4. So hence the answer for this question is Fe3 plus. The 14th question, ROH plus HX RX plus H2O. So in the above reaction, reactivity of the alcohols is. It's a very simple question. We know that tertiary is more than secondary, more than primary. So answer for this question is A. 15th, which of the following is least reactive compound towards nucleophilic acyl substitution? So first I will tell you what is this acyl substitution. See, acyl group is like this, R C double bond O X. Now acyl substitution means when it react with nucleophile Z minus. So this will substitute this X, remember, forming R C double bond O Z. So this we call it as acyl substitution. Definitely this is what nucleophile. Nucleophile means what? It is a Lewis base, no doubt in it. Lewis base. Now in this particular case, remember what they are asking is least reactive. First I will tell you this X group, whatever it is there, for example here Cl, here NHCS3, NHC6H5, NHC6H5NO2. The common sense is that this Z minus can replace X only when if X is, remember, after releasing this I will tell X minus it is, right, X minus, because when it leaves this particular substance C, it will form X minus. Now what I am talking is, so this this is more reactive when, the X is more reactive when if it is less basic, remember, less basic than this Z minus, then it is more reactive. It is more reactive. But when this X minus is more basic, if it is more basic than Z, then definitely it is less reactive, because always remember this more basic can replace less basic, but less basic Z cannot replace more basic X. Hence out of these, which is more basic, if I see Cl minus, CS3NH minus, or C6H5NH minus, or here C6H5NH minus and NO2 here. So this is electron withdrawing group, right? So if you see in all these particular cases, so in this particular case resonance is more here, resonance is more here, here there is no resonance, CS3 group is showing plus I effect, hence this is more, you can say, basic group. If it is more basic, NHCS3, more basic, less reactive, hence the answer for this question is, remember, B. So by thinking like this, you have to solve such type of questions, my dear students, remember that. So now we will move to 16th question. What is 16th question? An alkane C17H16 is prepared by reaction of lithium 3-pentyl cuprate with ethyl bromide. The name of the product is, first we will write the product, the reactant formula. So here the formula I will write it like this. So they are telling lithium 3-pentyl cuprate. 3-pentyl cuprate, remember, at third carbon there is a branch. So like this, I will write like this. So here I can write this as, so twice Cu, cuprate means Cu is plus 1, lithium is also plus 1, hence I will write like this, CuLi. So in this particular case, this when it reacts with ethyl bromide, CBr. Now we know that in this preparation of the alkane also we have discussed this type of question. So here for this carbon, remember, the CC is going to attach. For this carbon, CC is going to attach, which means you are going to get the product like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I will write first this carbon chain, and here remember you are going to see C2H5. So the answer for this question is, remember, so 3-ethyl pentane is the answer. 3-ethyl pentane is the answer. 17. Thermal decomposition method is used to purify. We know that out of these nickel, this is Mond's process, we know that NiCO4 is going to form. Then it will undergo thermal decomposition to form Ni plus CO. Because of this reason, you can say answer for this question is nickel. Then 18th. In case of the 18th question, which of the following synthesis gives 3-ethyl 1-hexanol? So here you can see 3-ethyl 1-hexanol they are telling. 1-hexanol means, I will write the first structure of this, 3-methyl. So 1-hexanol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. OH here, and 3-methyl, 1, 2, 3 methyl. This is the structure of this. Now you can see this is primary. This is a primary. So common sense is that this is aldehyde other than formaldehyde, hence it will always give rise to secondary, and it is ketone always. After this, definitely the first step is magnesium and ether is Grignard reagent preparation. Grignard reagent react with the ketone, you are going to get tertiary, secondary and tertiary. Hence this is not the answer, this is not the answer, you can leave it very easily. Then the question is this or this. Now you can see it's a simple primary, the formaldehyde is given. It's a simple formaldehyde is given. Because of that reason, this branching is not possible with this, right? So definitely we can tell the answer for this question is B here. So how it is, I will show you here. You can see first 2-bromopentane will take. So 2-bromopentane will take. So 2-bromopentane, right? So when it react with MgBr, magnesium in ether, I will write the product here itself. I will write the product here itself. It will form MgBr. So this MgBr, when it react with this, that is C here O, like this, right? So epoxide like this. Now I will show you how it is possible. So in this particular case, remember here, this I will remove it once again, so that I will form the direct bond with this. When I form direct bond with this, and this will form, remember, this will form OH in this particular case. O double bond, this C double bond O is there, O minus, and then it will form a OH. Because of that reason, I will write it here only. I will write it here only like this, COH. Now you name 1, 2, 3 methyl 4, 5, 6. So definitely 1, 2, 3 methyl 4, 5, 6. So the answer for this question is 2-bromopentane. You can write the whole reaction also, you can easily tell. So this is about 8. Yes, 19th question you will see. Which of the following are isoelectronic and isostructural, they are asking. Correct? So in this particular case, you can say NO3 minus, CO3 minus, ClO3 minus, and SO3 is given. Now in all the cases O3, first we will say isoelectronic because it is very easy job for us. In all the case it is O3 only, so I will leave it. So N minus 1, N minus 1 means, remember here 7 plus 1, it is 8. C6 2 minus means it is 8. So Cl is 17 minus 1 means it is 18. Sulfur is 16. So these two are not the answer, right? Out of these two, which is the answer? So definitely these two are having isoelectronic means, and also having same shape. Only one option which is having, that is D, should be the answer for this. NO3 minus and CO3 2 minus. Very easy question. Yes, 20th question. What are the signs of delta H, delta S and delta G for the following spontaneous change? One thing you can see here, all these are randomly which was there previously, and it is arranged very easily. Hence one can say very easily delta S is negative in this particular case, because all these particles are arranged without randomness, orderly arrangement it is. So delta S is negative. So delta S is negative means only two options left. So this option and this option left, right? Out of two, which is the correct answer, you have to say. When I use the formula delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, definitely I can say delta G negative in both the cases, it is there. No problem at all. But delta H positive and negative, out of these two, which should be the correct answer to get delta G negative? Delta G negative means, remember delta S, they are not talking about temperature. So, but delta S is negative already. Definitely you can say delta H also should be negative. Then only negative of negative it is positive. Negative of positive will get the answer negative, whatever it may be the temperature. Because of that reason you can say, so answer for this question is D. Then 21. Which of the following is not the characteristics of the interhalogen compound? Interhalogen compound, that is, I will write it as XY and XX or YY when I compare. Definitely they are more reactive than halogen because these are polar compared to these. They are quite unstable, but none of them are explosive. This is also correct. They are covalent nature, definitely. They have low boiling point and highly volatile, they are telling. Remember, some of these are solid also, we have seen in the NCERT also it is given solid. Because of that reason we can say answer for this question is D. So they are having low boiling point. Some of them are having low boiling point, but all of them are, they have low boiling point and they are highly volatile is the wrong statement. Because of that reason, answer for this question is D. Then 22nd question we will see. Product of acid hydrolysis of P and Q can be distinguished by. See, acid hydrolysis of these two. So first you have to see in all these case, remember, so in this particular case, what will happen when it undergo acid hydrolysis, that we have to see. See, I will show you. Whenever there is acid hydrolysis in this particular case, remember this particular bond is going to break and H here, OH here, you are going to add. Here also remember, this is the bond is going to break, H here, OH here, CH3COOH, CH3COOH is the product. But another product is CH2. Here you can see CH2 double bond C, OH, CH3. But this is enol content. Enol content is not stable in this particular case. Immediately what happens here? CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Ketone is going to form. Right? Now here you can say CH3. So CH3, C double bond C, and here it is 1 double bond C, 1, 2, 3 carbon. Here it is OH. And in this particular case, it is going to form CH3, CH2, CHO after enol to keto conversion. So because of that reason, you can say this is aldehyde and this is ketone and this is aldehyde. So out of these four, which can distinguish, that is C. Fehling's solution is the answer for this particular question. That is 22nd question. Then now we will move to the 23rd question. In case of the 23rd question, which of the following is correct? Whenever there is a NH2 and ortho, remember, you have to remember ortho effect. What is ortho effect? Ortho effect is, remember, ortho is having always less than the aniline, irrespective of whether ortho is electron withdrawing group or electron donating group. Irrespective of that, ortho is always having, remember, less basic nature than the aniline. Because of that reason, you can say orthotoluidine less than aniline, ortho-nitroaniline is less than aniline. So answer for this question should be B. This is called as ortho effect. Very, very important point. Remember, my dear students. And the 24th question, Schottky defect in crystal is observed when? Is a very simple question, right? Equal number of cations and anions are missing from the lattice. So the answer for this question is B. 24th question answer is B. 25th, which of the following reagent can be used to convert benzene diazonium chloride to benzene? This is also a simple question which is there in the textbook also. S3PO2 is the answer, which will convert benzene diazonium chloride to benzene. Remember that. 26th, which of the following diols would cleave into two equal fragments with HiO4? So two equal fragment with HiO4, remember, periodic acid. So in this particular case, to form two equal fragment, so that OH group should be present. All these are diol, right? That OH group should be present exactly between. So that you can say in this particular case, 3,4 hexane diol, you can see hexane, all this case hexane, I will write it like this, right? 6 carbon, and 3,4 means OH here and OH here. And definitely this will undergo cleavage in this particular case, HiO4, and you are going to get the product as, remember, CCC double bond O. So in this propanol is going to form. So two molecules, exactly two equal half you are going to get. It is not possible in remaining, hence the answer for this question is D. 26th question answer is D. Then we will see 27. 27, artificial sweetener which is stable under cold condition. This is also very simple question. Cold condition, remember, that is you can say in this particular case, so aspartame is the answer, which is stable under cold condition, which can be used in cold foods also, which is stable under cold condition. 28, first reaction you can see, second reaction is given, role of the hydrogen peroxide in the above reaction respectively they are asking. Very easy to identify. Without seeing these options, you can tell the answer. So very easy to see. Here you can say hydrogen is -1, oxygen is 0. Here it is -2 and here it is 0. So here oxygen -1, here oxygen -2 here it is -2, here it is 0. Now you can say, here this is the another reagent, here another reagent. Here Ag is in +1 oxidation state and forming 0 means Ag is undergoing reduction. Definitely H2O2 acting as a reducing agent here. Now here you can say 0 to -2 is reduction. 0 to 0 not possible, same. But we will consider here to here now. We will not consider this oxygen to this oxygen because both are 0. 0 to -2 means reduction. So hence here also it is acting as a reducing agent. So the answer for this is reducing in 1 and reducing in 2, reducing in 1 and 2. So the answer is C for 28th question. Now 29th question. Which of the following quantum number is possible for the last electron of Mg2 plus ion? So Mg2 plus Mg plus ion. Mg plus ion can be written like this: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, because Mg is 3s2 but 3s1, one electron is removed, right? So 3s1 means, remember, n is equal to 3, so 2 options left. S means, remember, n is equal to 0, only one option left. That is answer for this question is D. Don't waste your time, so you can select the answer very easily. 30th question. Which of the following will have mesoisomer? See, which of the following will have mesoisomer? Mesoisomer, remember, mesoisomer should have plane of symmetry. So should have plane of symmetry, that is the important, and there should be chiral carbon. Chiral carbon and plane of symmetry should be there, right? Now in this particular case, 2-chlorobutane, if you consider, there is no possibility of plane of symmetry in this particular molecule. 2-hydroxypropanoic acid, see, 2-hydroxypropanoic acid, here also definitely it is not possible. 2,3-dichloropentane, so 2,3-dichloropentane you can see in this particular case. So 2,3-dichloropentane if I write, so like this, definitely whenever there is a pentane, plane of symmetry is not possible at all. 2,3-dichloropentane, it is not possible. But D option should be the correct one, because 2,3-dichlorobutane can be written like this. See, 2,3-dichlorobutane, CH3 here, Cl here, H here, Cl here, H here, CH3 here, 2,3-dichlorobutane. Here you can see there is a mirror image in the middle, that is plane of symmetry is there. Because of that reason, this is the answer for mesoisomer. So the answer is D. 31st question. Which of the following reaction is said to be entropy driven? So very important such type. Remember, entropy driven means entropy, when entropy increases, see, delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So reaction in which T delta S more than delta H is called as entropy driven. Remember, entropy driven, which means because of this entropy, the whole reaction is said to be spontaneous, right? Now you can see T delta S more than delta H. Now what I will do is, here I will write A, B, C, D option, right? Here we will write delta H and delta S value, and delta G should be negative, right? So first one, endothermic reaction is there. Endothermic means what? It is positive. Endothermic, this is also positive. This is exothermic, negative, negative. Now positive entropy, positive, and here it is negative entropy, and here it is positive entropy, and here it is negative entropy change, negative entropy change, right? Now we know that whenever it is negative and negative, here it is spontaneous at all temperature. So you can see my notes also for thermodynamics. When both are negative, this is spontaneous at low temperatures. Sorry, in this particular case I have to write it as low temperature. So here this is spontaneous at low temperature. Spontaneous at low temperature means, remember, definitely T delta S will be more than delta H. This condition not obeyed in this particular case, right? So here delta H negative, delta S positive. In this particular case, it is spontaneous at all temperature. This is also not possible. This is all temperature. Now remember, delta H positive, delta S negative, this is always non-spontaneous. Remember, always non-spontaneous. Hence this also not the answer. Now you can see delta H positive and delta S positive. When both are positive, remember T delta S should be more than delta H. The meaning is that spontaneous at only high temperature. Spontaneous at only high temperature. So that is T delta S more than delta H. Because of that reason, remember answer for this question should be, in this case, A. 31st question A. Which of the following does not liberate O2? We know that NaNO3 will give rise to NaNO2 plus O2. KClO3, KCl plus O2. Here I have not balanced, not necessary. So Pb3O4, PbO plus O2. But MgO, it will never undergo decomposition. So the answer for this question is A in this particular case. Yes. 33rd question. If 10 to the power, so 21 molecules are removed from 200 mg, what are the number of moles left? So here the question they have asked in terms of moles, hence we will convert this 200 mg into moles first. Right? First we will do that. So 200 mg is equal to, so 200 into 10 to the power minus 3. Right? What I will do, this is a mass divided by molecular mass is 44. Directly I will convert it into the number of moles is equal to, so I will consider it as 40. 200 divided by 40. 40 here, if I consider it as 40, 40 ones are 45, hence I will write 5 into 10 to the power minus 3. That is the moles present here, right? Now you can see 10 to the power minus 1 molecules means how many moles, that you have to say, correct? So we know that Avogadro number 6 into 10 to the power 23 means 1 mole. 10 to the power 21 means how many mole? So definitely 10 to the power 21 means here we will get, so 10 to the power 21 divided by 6 into 10 to the power 23. So 1 by 6. 1 by 6 means 0.16. Correct? 1 by 6 means 6 ones are 6. So 4 left. So 6 6 are. So 0.16 into 10 to the power, you can say minus 2 you will get. So or you can write this as 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 3. Now 5 minus 1.6 you have to do, because you have to remove that. 5 minus 1.6 is almost is equal to 3.4 will get, right? The answer will get as 3.4, but the option this minus 3 is very important. So 3.4 nearest to that answer should be A. Definitely 2.88 should be the answer, right? Answer for this question is A. Fine. Leaving tendency of the following groups in the decreasing order. Leaving tendency. And remember in this particular case, here, definitely in this we'll tell that this is a halogen, hence having good leaving group. But it is wrong, my dear students. Remember, when only halogens are present, then iodine is more than this bromine, chlorine and fluorine. But when it is present like this, here very important is, remember, NO2 group, CS3 group. So NO2 group, when I consider, NO2 group is electron withdrawing group. So because of that reason, what happens is, this will become more stable. SO3 minus ion, that minus charge will delocalize here. This will become more stable. Because of that reason, remember, as negative charge, if the leaving group is delocalized, the negative charge in the leaving group is delocalized, then which is more stable, hence fourth more than. Then it comes to 2. Then it comes to 1, then it comes to third one. Remember, OH minus is least. Because of that reason, answer for this question is A, 34th question. 35. What products are formed when the following compound is treated with Br2 in the presence of FeBr3? Br2 in presence of FeBr3 is nothing but, remember, it is bromination, because Br plus electrophile is going to form. Now the thing is, whether this is active, so this is active, or this is active, or this is active, because this is a metaposition. So both are electron donating group, hyperconjugation effect. This is not possible at all, either this or this or this. Now to substitute at this point, remember, this is sterically hindered. So sterically hindered, remember. So sterically hindered, so it is not possible. Hence the answer definitely it is Br present, it may be here, and Br present, it may be here. Because of that reason, you can say answer for this question is, remember, that is C is the answer. sorry, B is the answer. So B are here and B are here. 35th question, B is the answer. 36. The ions O2 minus, F minus, Na plus, Mg2 plus, Al3 plus. Remember, all are isoelectronic. The ionic radii. Remember, ionic radii or atomic radii in this particular case inversely proportional to atomic number. Atomic number. If atomic number is more, atomic radius, the ionic radius is less. Right? So Al3 plus will have less ionic radius, and here out of these F minus O2 minus means O2 minus will have more ionic radius. So because of that reason, you can say significant increase is wrong, significant decrease is correct. So the answer for this question is, remember, 36C. 37. Acidity of the diprotic acid. Acidity, definitely remember in this particular case. So as we move down the group, remember, size increases and bonds dissociation energy decreases, so that acidic nature increases. So because of that reason, remember, so the answer for this question is 37th question, it is A. Then 38th question. The correct order of increasing basicity of the given conjugate base is. So remember, in this particular case, we know that, so basicity is depending on that particular acid. Always remember, conjugate acid is more acidic, or you can say like this. I will write it like this, it is better. So instead of this, I can write it like this. In this particular case, remember, stronger the acid, so stronger the acid, remember, weaker the conjugate base, right? Because of that reason, you can say in this particular case, out of all this, so R minus is the weakest acid, right? At least the NH3, if I make NH3, it is having proton can donate. Bronsted acid base, when I talk about, this is acidic. But here R minus is weakest, hence remember, strongest base. Then this, then this, then this. And the answer for this question is A. So RCO minus should be weakest, no doubt in it. So R minus is more. So 38th question answer is A. 39. The pH of the 0.004 m hydrogen solution is 9.7. Ionization constant Kb they are asking. So here I will tell you what to do. You can easily calculate this, right? Now here, to calculate OH minus ion concentration, we have a formula Kb into C, right? So in this particular case, remember, so Kb we have to calculate, but C is given, that is 0.004. OH minus here you have to calculate. To calculate OH minus, remember, they have given pH. pH is 9.7 means POH is, remember, I can write it as 4.3, correct? If POH is 4.3, then calculate OH minus. OH minus ion is equal to, I can write it as, so anti-log of, directly I am writing the formula, anti-log of minus 4.3. So minus you cannot calculate, hence what I will do, I told you the technique, minus 4.3, you subtract from this, and remember you write bar 5.7 here, right? So hence this is equal to anti-log of bar 5.7. 0.7 is, remember, 5 because 0.6990 is log 5. So I will write it as 5 into 10 to the power minus 5. Now you substitute that value here. Remember, if I substitute this value here, 5 into 10 to the power minus 5, then you remove this particular root. Kb is equal to root, if I take it is square, 25 and 10 to the power minus 10 you are going to get, then divided by 0.04 if you do, you are going to get the answer, that is Kb is equal to, so 39th question you will get the answer it as D. You can cross check, you are going to get the answer it as D. Then 40th question. The vapor density of the mixture containing NO2 and N2O4 is given. Number of moles of NO2 in 100 gram of mixture is approximately, they are asking. So this is the one question which is bigger one. So that particular question, how to do it, I will tell you. So that you can see. Here, first of all, I will tell you vapor density into 2 is equal to molecular mass. Hence, molecular mass, how much you will get? 38.3 into 2, that is 76.2, right? 76.6 you are going to get. So 76.6 you are going to get, because 38.3 is there. This is molecular mass of this particular mixture, 76.6. Now if you calculate NO2 and N2O4 molecular mass of NO2 is, remember 46, N2O4 is, remember 92, correct? So now in this case what they are asking? They are asking number of moles. To calculate number of moles, what is the formula we have? Mass divided by molecular mass, correct? Mass of these you have to calculate first. Hence what I will do, first I will take, let mass of NO2 be X and let mass of N2O4 be 100 minus X. Why 100 I have taken? Because it is 100 is there, 100 minus X, right? Now moles of NO2. So what is moles of NO2 then? Moles of NO2 is equal to, I will take it as mass divided by molecular mass is 46. So moles of N2O4 is equal to mass by molecular mass, that is 100 minus X divided by 46, right? So now what do you want? We want this moles is equal to mass divided by molecular mass, right? In this particular case, moles is equal to mass by molecular mass. What they are asking? Number of moles. So moles is equal to mass by molecular mass. So mole is number of moles of NO2 in 100 gram of the mixture approximately they are asking. Fine, that is X we have to calculate in this particular case. So that will do it like this. So this is the formula which I write, that is in this particular case, here there is no space. Yes, I will take it like this. Yes. Now you can see NO2 46, N2O4 is 92, correct? So in this particular case, mass of NO2 I will take it as X, N2O4 as 100 minus X. Now mass by molecular mass is equal to mole. So what I will do, molecular mass I know. Molecular mass, that is, here you can see in this particular case, molecular mass I consider 38.3 into 2, right? So hence molecular mass you got it as 76.6. Hence I can write this now, 76.6 is equal to, that is molecular mass is equal to mass. Total mass is how much? Total mass X plus 100 minus X. X plus 100 minus X. Total moles is how much? X by 46 plus 100 minus X divided by 46. Understood? Molecular mass I already calculated. So I want to calculate X here, right? So in this particular case, because when you calculate X, then only you will calculate moles. Mole is equal to mass by molecular mass. I will take X by X plus 100 minus X, X by 46 plus 100 minus X divided by 46. Then my request is you solve this particular equation. The whole thing you solve. Very easy to solve that, but it will take some time. Fine. You solve this, you are going to get it as, remember, so 46X is equal to 20 you will get. So X is equal to, you are going to get it as, remember, 0.437, or it's approximately is equal to 0.44. So solve this particular case, you are going to get X is equal to 0.437 or 0.44. Because of that reason, you can say answer for this question is, remember, 0.44, right? The number of moles of NO2 in 100 grams of mixture. So because number of mole of NO2, to calculate that we need, so this particular X. We will calculate X here, we will get the answer 0.44 as the answer. Yes, 41st question. Pair of enantiomer from the following compound is. Pair of enantiomer is, remember, there should be non-superimposable mirror images. This one and this one is not a mirror image, but this one, first and third one is the mirror image. Hence the answer for this question is C, remember. Answer for this question is C. 42nd, very simple question, you can do it. Face-centered cubic arrangement of A and B atom. A atom occupies the corner, so that is A8, right? A8, sorry, A1 it is. Corner is A1, B3, correct? So 1, how you got? 1 by 8 into 8 when I do, that you got 1. But here you can see one of the A atom is missing. One of the A atom is missing means what I have to do? 1 by 8 into 7 I have to do. 1 by 8 into 7 is nothing but 7 by 8 I have to do. Here hence I have to write as 7 by 8. So 8 3 is a 24. Hence the answer is A7, B 24. Answer for this is C. Yes. Among the following mixture, dipole has a major interaction present in. So dipole. See here, benzene and ethanol, both in this particular case there will be dispersion force is the answer, right? Dispersion force. Acetonitrile. So acetonitrile is nothing but, remember, CH3CN. CH3CN and acetone, CH3COCH3. Both are CO and CN. They are having dipole interaction. Hence the answer for this question should be B. KCl and water, it is ion dipole. Here it is ion dipole interaction. And benzene and carbon tetrachloride, here it is once again dispersion force as the answer. Hence the answer for this question is B, remember that. Then 44th question. So this type of question they can ask very easily, very important question. 1 mole of the complex compound, so CONH3 gives 3 moles of ions. Total ions possible is 3. Dissolve in water. 1 mole of the same complex react with 2 moles of AgNO3 to form 2 moles of AgCl. We know that whenever we will write the coordination compound, whatever the number of Cl is there, that many AgCl will get. So 2 moles of AgCl means Cl2 should be outside. Cl2 should be outside means only one option correct. That is answer is A. Then 44th question we will solve. In this particular case, so in case of this, remember A2, energy absorbed by each molecule is given, right? 4.4 into 10 to the power minus 19. Bond energy per molecule is given, that is 4 into 10 to the power minus 19, right? So energy absorbed by substance is this much, but bond energy is this much, means the difference is, remember, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but difference, that is 4.4 minus 4 into common is out 10 to the power minus 19. So you are going to get the answer test 0.4 into 10 to the power minus 19. This is, remember, per molecule, it is per molecule, remember, per molecule. So here A2 is there, correct? Per molecule means 2 atoms are there. Hence remember, this I have to do it divided by 2. Divided by 2, if I do 0.2, you are going to get 0.2 into 10 to the power minus 19, nothing but 2 into 10 to the power minus 20. So 2 into minus 10 to the power minus 20, so D is the answer in this particular case, right? So that is 45th question. Actually the for this and for that the question number is same, actually 43, here it is 44, this one, right? 44 and 44, total actually 45 questions are over. So this question number should be 45. I hope you understood. So if you not understood any question, you can ask me the doubts in the comment section. So thank you for watching.